There's a kind of stillness that doesn't mean nothingness. It's the hush before a storm, the sacred pause before a symphony begins. If your life feels eerily quiet right now, if you've lost interest in what used to excite you, if your goals no longer feel like home, and your emotions are louder than ever, you're not broken. You're on the threshold. Carl Jung called this the in-between, a mysterious and often painful stage where the false self begins to dissolve and something deeper begins to rise. This is not chaos. It's not confusion. It's the whisper of your soul preparing you for your next becoming. And in this video, we'll explore the 4 subtle but profound signs that you're entering the most powerful chapter of your life. Not the one that looks best on paper, but the one that finally aligns with your truth. Sign number 1, the things that once mattered. Don't. It happens slowly. What once thrilled you now feels hollow. The job that once gave you purpose feels performative. The conversations feel scripted. The goals, distant echoes of who you used to be. This is not depression, it's ego detachment. Jung taught that the false self, what he called the persona, must fall away before the true self can rise. You're not losing passion. You're shedding what no longer nourishes your soul. And yes, it's uncomfortable. There's often a phase of apathy, grief, restlessness. You're not where you used to be, but you're not sure where you're going either. Still, that space, that silence, it's sacred. You're not empty. You're clearing room. Your essence is asking for something real, something more aligned. Let the old unravel. Let the quiet stretch. You're not falling apart. You're molting. You're growing out of the version of you that was built for survival. Sign number 2. You're facing the parts of you you used to bury. It begins with a whisper, a dream, a sudden emotional wave you can't explain. Memories surface. Triggers intensify. You start crying over things you thought you'd healed. This is shadow work in motion, not regression, reintegration. Jung believed that the parts of us we exile don't disappear. They wait for a safer moment to return. The wild one, the grieving one, the angry, abandoned, artistic, intuitive one. Now they're knocking, not to punish you, but to rejoin you. It's raw, it's messy, and it's holy, because your soul is no longer willing to live in fragments. You're not breaking down, you're breaking open. And the pieces, they're not meant to be discarded. They're meant to be remembered. This is how you come home to yourself. Sign number 3. The universe starts speaking in symbols. You look at the clock, 11:11. You hear a phrase in a song that mirrors your exact thought. Someone calls right when you think of them. These are not coincidences. Jung called it synchronicity. Those meaningful alignments that arise when the conscious and unconscious begin to harmonize. When you align with your true self, the world begins to reflect that shift, not logically, but symbolically. You're not imagining it. The universe is weaving with you now. These moments are messages. Sign number 4. You're terrified and lit up at the same time. You're standing on the edge of everything you've known. Your heart is pounding. Your dreams feel wild and way too big. And you're scared, but also alive. This is the paradox of transformation. True change always feels like both death and birth. Jung said all rebirth begins with symbolic death. The death of old identities, attachments, masks. And with that comes fear. Not because you're failing, because you're finally choosing to become real. Fear isn't always a warning. Sometimes it's just the echo of your old self, watching you rise. If your dreams make you tremble, good. It means they're soul-born, not ego-driven. You're not supposed to feel certain. You're supposed to feel ready enough to leap anyway. This stage isn't about safety. It's about surrender. So stand at the edge, feel the fear, feel the fire, and then take one step forward. Not because you're fearless, but because your future is worth it. Actually, you're not lost. You're becoming. This journey won't start with fireworks. It begins quietly, with the courage to shed, to soften, and to let go. Jung said, "There is no coming to consciousness without pain." And now, you're not just aware, you're awakening. So tonight, place your hand on your heart and whisper, "I release what no longer fits. I trust what I'm becoming." Write it, light a candle, and honor your own sacred in-between. Because the best chapter of your life isn't something you chase, it's something you remember into being. If you feel scared and alive at once, you're not behind. You're on the verge. This isn't the end, it's the edge. And just beyond it is the life your soul has been waiting for.